What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cap Show. We got the 2021 NFL Draft. Definitely the first round with some crazy picks. Really a lot of quarterbacks being selected, which I'm really not surprised. Overall, Trevor Lawrence, number one. I wasn't surprised about that. Trevor Lawrence literally could have went number one last year. And I understand Joe Burrow, those guys. But to me, Trevor Lawrence has that it factor. And I understand a lot of people on the downside are saying, Trevor Lawrence, he could be a bust. I mean, any quarterback really could be a bust. I mean, Tom Brady was 199th overall pick in the draft. Okay, and look at him. He's the GOAT. So I don't think it matters if your first pick, or no matter what, if you're selected in the NFL, that's all that matters. You have an opportunity to make dreams become a reality. But for Trevor Lawrence and Urban Meyer being the head coach in Jacksonville, I think this is going to be great. I really do. I think Jacksonville Jaguars can really come on the map. And yes, his running back from Clemson, Travis, he got selected 25th overall by Jacksonville. So him, Trevor and Travis, they got that connection already. They played for years together at Clemson. So to me, Jacksonville, what they got going on is it's going to be great. I cannot wait to see what's happening from Urban Meyer in Jacksonville. I think people who are Jacksonville Jaguar fans, they should be excited for this opportunity. They should be grateful because, look, dude, I'm telling you what, I do believe Trevor Lawrence will be a successful quarterback. And yes, I understand people are like, Cap, you said Johnny Manziel was going to be a superstar. I get that. We can't say every quarterback's going to be a superstar and make it. And yes, I was on record and I thought really Johnny Manziel, being selected in the first round in the 2014 NFL draft, I thought, Johnny Manziel was the next big thing. I thought he was going to be, the next Drew Brees quarterback, but, we saw how that panned out. But to me, with Trevor Lawrence, he can throw it in the pocket, and that's the really difference maker. He knows his reads. He's an athletic quarterback. He can run as well. So I'm very excited about the Jacksonville Jaguars, Urban Meyer and company. Shout out to them. And then we got the number 2 pick overall was Zach Wilson out of BYU. And he got selected by the Jets. And look, congratulations to him. My only downside with Zach Wilson is, dude, he played at BYU. I mean, some of the competition he played against was what, like D2? I mean, if they were D1, it's like some D1 schools we never heard of. Smaller than like MAC schools. So to me, it was just like, the competition that Zach Wilson played with BYU was really subpar. It was really not really good competition. Didn't play an SEC school, didn't play a Big Ten school. So to me, it was one of them things where it's like, we're really going to see what Zach Wilson is about. You're playing in the NFL now. And I understand the New York Jets, they are trash. No doubt about it. They are really subpar. But to me, it's like, hey, there's some upside to him. He's a little short, but he kind of plays like a Russell Wilson-esque. Same thing with Trey Lance selected at number 3 to the 49ers. I can see these two guys, they play similar styles, like a Russell Wilson, like I said, and to me, they can throw the ball down the field and they can scramble. And to me, it's going to be great for Trey Lance, dude. I'm telling you what, dude, if I was him, I would be super excited for this opportunity. You're going into San Francisco. San Francisco is always lacking of a quarterback. They went to the Super Bowl, Jimmy G, and what happened with Jimmy Garoppolo? They almost beat Kansas City, but, they came up short. And I really think it was the quarterback play. I really do. So Trey Lance, dude, he can come in and really prove to a lot of doubters that he can play. And he's also from a small school like Zach Wilson as well, North Dakota State. So to me, it's like, the competition that we're seeing some of these quarterbacks, future NFLers right now, it's like, some of them haven't really played the greatest competition. You know what I'm saying? For me, I was really surprised that Devante Smith was selected 10th overall. To me, I thought he was the best receiver coming in. I thought he was a top five pick talent. Devante Smith, dude, I'm telling you what, he got selected by the Eagles, playing with the former Alabama quarterback as well. To me, this is going to be great. And to me, Devante Smith, he's probably the most gifted athlete, we're talking offensively, in the draft right now. I'm telling you what, dude, we saw in the championship game what he's capable of. We saw him against Notre Dame fighting Irish in the playoffs, what he's capable of. He plays like a Marvin Harrison-like. So to me, it was really surprising he dropped down to 10th overall. I thought, like I said, he was a top 5 pick in my opinion. Top 5 talent, some of the things you cannot teach. And to me, he's going to be a superstar in the NFL. I ultimately believe that. Kyle Pitts, number 4th receiver. He was my number 2 on the board of receivers. He plays kind of like Megatron. Got selected by Atlanta Falcons. This was a huge pick. Coming out of Florida Gators, he could do it all. You know, he can play. You can put him in at tight end if you need to. Put him in at receiver or slot. Whatever you want to do. He's all types of receiver. He can do it all, really. And to me, and a lot of people are like, well, Cap, how come Devante Smith was your number one? To me, it was just the acceleration, his speed. That's the difference of Kyle Pitts and Devante Smith. But look, dude, I'm telling you what, I could see both of these players being superstars in the NFL. No questions about it. I mean, it's amazing to me. But I thought for sure Atlanta Falcons were going to draft the quarterback. I mean, you've had Matt Ryan there for how long? You know, you guys been to the Super Bowl. Should have beat the New England Patriots in 2016. We saw the biggest choke in Super Bowl history. I mean, what more can Atlanta Falcons do? They draft a receiver. To me, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I thought they would go after a quarterback and really exploit that. You know, but to me, I guess they're invested in Matt Ryan still, but it's going to be interesting to see what Atlanta does. Number 5 is Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase out of LSU. Played with Joe Burrow, so to me this makes sense. It makes sense why they went with him. Familiar faces. Look, they played practice together, played games together in the past. So to me, for Joe Burrow recovering from the ACL, this is going to be great. And I can see Chase really showing out in this. I would have liked to see Devante Smith there. I really would have, but I don't mind that pick. Both LSU Cats, I like this pick. Would have picked. And then we got number 11 in Justin Fields, the Chicago Bears. I absolutely love this pick. I mean, Justin Fields could have went number 2 to the Jets, but obviously if I'm Justin Fields, I'd rather play in Chicago than New York Jets. Any day of the week, dude. I'm telling you what right now. I'd rather play in Chicago. To me, Justin Fields, this is an opportunity right here for him. I mean, for Chicago Bear fans, I would be excited. I think he has way more upside than Mitch Trubisky. I mean, seriously. Mitch Trubisky, I mean, I can't believe they took him over Deshaun Watson. I mean, seriously, and Patrick Mahomes. So to me, it didn't make sense at all. So it's one of them things where it's like, how? How are they going to do that? How are they going to succeed? So to me, Justin Fields is definitely the quarterback for Chicago, and I could see him really panning out. I could see him being a superstar in the future. For real, I'm not just saying that, but, you know, there's downsides to Justin Fields. And one of the downsides is definitely him in the pocket. You know, when people put pressure on Justin Fields, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna throw it down to the second receiver, the third check down, or is he gonna throw a pick? What's gonna happen? Or is he gonna discipline and throw it away, or take a sack? What's gonna happen? So to me, there's definitely some downsides with Justin Fields in this pick with the Chicago Bears, no doubt about it. But looking back at it right now, I'm telling you what, Chicago Bear fans, you guys should be excited. I mean, this guy has superstar written all over him. He really does. I mean, we saw it. Yes, and I understand he made some mistakes when they played Clemson a year or two ago in the playoffs. But to me, it was really the receiver ran a wrong route, I think. But look, dude, I'm telling you what right now. I think he has the passion, the ability to really control a football game. And I'm telling you what, Justin Fields, he just works a little bit more in the pocket. He can really be a superstar. Really, though, I'm not just blowing smoke in your guys' face and Chicago Bears' face. I'm telling you what, right now, this kid could be a superstar, and I love this pick by Chicago. I'm not a Chicago fan whatsoever, but hey, man, hats off to Chicago. They made a great pick. And then we got the number 15th pick in New England. They got Mac Jones, the former Alabama quarterback. Look, Alabama quarterbacks are a dime a dozen, right? I mean, we saw, you know, in the past, they really don't pan out as much in the NFL. But to me, Mac Jones, is he the next Tom Brady? Probably not. Okay, that's jumping the gun saying, hey, this guy's the next Tom Brady. I don't think so. I just think it's really some backup for Cam Newton. Cam Newton last year did not have a good season. I think he's going to have a bounce back year. But Mac Jones, I do believe he'll come off the bench. He'll be a number 2, and he's going to learn the system from Bill Belichick. And I think this is a good pickup. I really do. I mean, who else were you going to get? I like this pick. So to me, the Patriots made a great pick in Mac Jones. Like I said, he won a championship in Alabama. I mean, obviously, Nick Saban, one of the best college football coaches ever. But look, for the Patriots, this is a great pick. I like it. Then we got the Colts, man. They got Payne. I love this pick out of Michigan. He's an edge rusher. I like this, man. I really do. I'm just glad that the Colts did not pick an offensive threat. I am glad. I'm glad they went defense here because the Colts need to buff up their defense, definitely their pass rush. So to me, the Colts' first-round pick was an A+ for me. They needed to go defense. I said, do not draft the receiver. Please, we got Carson Wentz. And yes, I do believe that we'll get some offensive linemen later in the drafts. for sure. But the first round, I love this pick. I really do. He's a threat. He can also play pass coverage as well. So to me, I love this pick by the Colts. What a play! And then we got number 24th pick, Harris, running back out of Alabama to the Steelers. I like this pick. And to me, Pittsburgh, this is the Pittsburgh way, right? They draft great defensive players and great offensive players, especially running backs. So to me, I love this pick. I think Harris is going to be a threat. I could see him being kind of like a Derrick Henry-esque like running back. Both from Alabama, both produced. So to me, I love this pick. Overall, I absolutely do. But the first round draft picks this year were great. Like I said, Trevor Lawrence was a lock at number 1. I thought he was going to be number 1 even last year, but he wasn't eligible to go into the 2020 draft. So he had to go wait another year, play another year in Clemson. So to me, this was a great pickup. It really was. I mean, looking at it all, but we have to understand there's a lot of draft busts throughout history, right? And one of the biggest draft busts that come to my mind is Jamarcus Russell. Yes, Jamarcus Russell, he was number 1 overall pick out of LSU. And this was about 2007, 2008 time, okay? And the Oakland Raiders invested so heavily in Jamarcus Russell, they said, you know what, we're going to give you a 6-year, $68 million contract, $31 million guaranteed. And look what happened, dude. One of the biggest busts in history of sports. Really, though. I mean, number 1 overall. Then we got guys like Ryan Leaf, another bad pick. Trent Richardson, a top 3 pick, selected by the Cleveland Browns. He was a bust out of Alabama. Did great in college. But the huge difference between college and NFL is absolutely astronomical. It really is, dude. It is crazy how big of the jump is. Yes, they're great in college. They're great in high school. But this is the big leagues here, okay? Jamarcus Russell didn't pan out. Ryan Leaf didn't pan out. Like I said, Johnny Manziel didn't pan out, dude. Matt Weiner, USC guy, didn't pan out, dude. They had all this hype going in. Hype only lasts for a little bit. It really does. It's only temporary. For real. To me, it's over. Once the hype is gone, it's gone forever. So to me, it's done with. Justin Gilbert, there's so many. Brian Bosworth back in the 90s. One of the best top linebackers out of Oklahoma. He had a lot of hype. He was great in college, didn't pan out in the NFL. Was a great college linebacker, though. But to me, the list goes on and on and on, dude. But definitely the number 1 bust to me is Jamarcus Russell. I mean, the Oakland Raiders gave him over $30 million, guaranteed, and said, look, Jamarcus, you're the franchise quarterback of Oakland Raiders. This was back in the 2000s. I mean, dude, this is crazy, right? But we start to see that. We're already seeing bust now. I would say Mitch Trubisky out of Chicago is a bust. You guys selected him over 2 great quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes, you guys selected him before Mahomes. To me, that's crazy. But I think what we're getting out of this 2021 NFL draft is, look, nothing's guaranteed. I don't care if you're number 1 overall or the last pick of the NFL draft or you come in unrestricted free agent. It doesn't matter. If you get the shot in the NFL, you could really make it. You can. I mean, look at Tom Brady after all. 7 Super Bowls. And he was 199th overall in the draft. Selected by the Patriots. To me, this is unheard of, dude. So to me, there's going to be quarterbacks that we're probably not going to hear that are going to become something in the NFL. It's a long shot, but it's very possible. Guys like Tom Brady, guys like Russell Wilson, who went late, in that draft class in 2012 when Andrew Luck went number 1. Andrew Luck's not even in the NFL. Russell Wilson, I believe, was 2nd or 3rd round in that draft class out of Wisconsin. He won a Super Bowl, should have won 2 Super Bowls. Russell Wilson, to me, is definitely a superstar, and I do believe Russell Wilson will win a Super Bowl eventually. Ryan Tannehill, another guy who was drafted late. Andrew Luck, RG3 was selected before these guys. And then RG3, he's a backup now. Andrew Luck out of the NFL. So, to me, we start to see some of these guys who are drafted in the 1st, 2nd round, not really pan out in the NFL. They really don't, dude. They just do not pan out. So I think a lot of it's hype, people buying into the hype. But to me, definitely the X factor of quarterback that I think who's going to be iffy maybe is definitely Trey Lance and Zach Wilson and also Mac Jones. those quarterbacks are definitely, to me, are just like the X factor of, I don't know if they're going to be superstars. To whereas I could say right now, Trevor Lawrence, I could see him being a superstar. He succeeded with Clemson and Dabo Swinney in that system. And I could see Urban Meyer doing the same system kind of like Dabo Swinney did in Clemson. Urban Meyer won championships in Ohio State, at Florida Gators, 2 in Florida. So to me, Urban Meyer knows how to coach. He knows how to build his quarterback. So to me, Trevor Lawrence, this is the biggest thing for Trevor Lawrence right now, is getting drafted by Urban Meyer and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I can really see this being the future right now. And moving forward, I'm telling you what, dude, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Yes, we still have a lot of the draft left, but definitely the first round is in the books. I loved it. Back to the Indianapolis Colts, I love that. But to me, the Colts, they need to go for offensive linemen as well. They do. They need to get offensive linemen and get more defensive help. They do need that. So to me, the Colts, they definitely have still a long way to go. But to me, the biggest winners right now is definitely the Jacksonville Jaguars. 2 Clemson guys in the first round, and first-round talent as well. So to me, it was definitely like, wow. But to me, the one of the biggest superstars is definitely Devante Smith, the receiver out of Bama, selected by the Eagles. I think this guy has a lot of potential, like a Marvin Harrison-esque receiver. I think he could be, if he pans out in the NFL, he could be a Hall of Fame receiver, no doubt. He has the talent. He has the ability, 100%. And I understand he's skinny, all that. But to me, in a receiver in the NFL, you can put him out slide. You don't have to be a big guy. You don't. You can still, look at Julian Edelman, for example. Retired, had a great career in New England, was a little guy as well, but still made success in the NFL. Same thing with Devante Smith. I think they will put him in at slot for a lot of the times, and he will succeed in the NFL. We will see that. So to me, the 2021 NFL draft was great, but the biggest winner is definitely the Jacksonville Jaguars and Urban Meyer, baby. It's the NFL, baby. It's the Cloud of a Cap show. Let's go!